Hey guys, what you're looking at is a strategy that I just made a video on a back test of a strategy called Strategy Supply and Demand that can be found here. You can also get more details on that from this posting right here on my website, Dukascopy on Visual JForex, building an advanced forex algo trading strategy. So as I said, I just made a video that'll be available for all my members so that they can see the strategy itself and a quick walkthrough on this stuff. It's nothing earth-shattering. If you want your own interpretation of it, you can just watch this video here from a webinar hosted by Dukascopy. So basically what this is doing, it's running a back test that started because today is the 8th of September, or I think this is Swiss time. And it's gone back a full week. And right now, if you look at the utility that we've been running, you should be able to see the chart. I've shown this before. And there was an order somewhere in here. Looks like there was a few. Let's see here. I think there's 2 orders. I'll be able to determine that in the report once it's finished. And this strategy just basically uses an ATR of a basic buy upper and lower range that's set. So we start at 50,000 and we've lost, I think there's only 2 trades been put on, so we've lost a little bit of money. The point I'm trying to make here is that we can run this strategy against both historical and real-time data. So maybe I should just stop it. Okay, so here's a report. All right, so what's happened is we've started, as I said, with 50,000. We're in the hole a few bucks, $2, with a commission of this. Plus, we had this amount of turnover, and this is our loss in pips. And here's our basically overall chart. As I said, looking at the chart, we've only got 2 positions here. So here's the ATR that gets calculated. Again, if you want to know what this chart does, what the strategy does, please refer to that video in the file. But it does calculate the ATR. So you can see here that there was a trade and it didn't do so hot. That was the buy. The sell, it lost, and a little bit of a loss. Now I ran this let me just see. Okay, so we're running 30-minute chart. Let's see if okay, there we go. So these are prices to buy and sell. So I guess this is the information. This bar here, and that capability it definitely exist. So let's see if I can save the chart. I don't think we can save the chart, which kind of sucks. So this is the utility called Dukascopy JForex Visual, which you need running. Okay, so let's try this again. This time I'm going to show you the historical um, intraday. So we ran the last week intraday. So this will be much faster, and I've run this already. I already know what to expect. There'll be a small loss. This will be much quicker. So it's getting the data again. And again, we can watch the chart. So let's see what happens here. So here's the chart of the data. Now remember, I'm working with a demo account, so it's not live data. What I think Dukascopy does is they tried, so we're just running the simulation now for that period. Boom, finished. Anyways, like I was saying, what Dukascopy is doing is they're trying to encourage people to submit these type of strategies into contests. So I don't know how many are actually live customers that are submitted into as contests versus people with demo accounts versus that are live trading. But I find this fascinating because I don't know any broker that gives you 10 years of data on a demo account at the same time. What I'm going to show you is going to blow your mind. Okay, so here's our overall trade. I think it just had one order. Let's just verify that. So here's our stats for the intraday. Okay, so one trade I believe was taken. Here's the loss on all trades, commission, turnover, and overall number of pips lost. So we're down with an absolute drawdown of 1.43 at not even really zero, negligible loss. We have our chart, so there's that. So what I was saying about the broker here, what we can do is we can now do something real time. So let's run this strategy in the current time. It is 11:30 my time, so we're still way off before the opening in London, which is the most active. So I don't expect a lot of stuff here to go on, but we are going to try against the euro, against the dollar, with all the default parameters. So here we go. So let's see with the chart. So I guess we have a $100,000 account. It is running. But the question is, nothing's happening. Haha. So, I don't think, is there a chart? This is the first time I'm running a real time. It'd be pretty cool if it got updated in real time, but I'm not sure. Let's stop it. It doesn't give you any stats whatsoever. So I'll have to look into this, but that capability does exist. I'm not sure why it's not running in real time. That might be because I'm a demo account. That's quite possible. That would have been pretty cool if you're able to do that with real-time data. It just doesn't look like it. You only get historical data. So what we could do is no activity. So that's probably a safe assumption for real-time data. Okay, so we'll close that. But overall, I wanted to show you the capabilities of this backtesting, and I would assume real time if I had a real account. The capabilities with a position, and it's pretty powerful. So I just want to show you that with this tool, and I've shown you how to get this set up as well, which you need, and I show that in the various videos that I've got coming up for all my wonderful members. I'll hopefully this will somewhat help you out, at least showcase the capability of Visual JForex with the backtesting capability. And don't forget, you have the ability to create the source code, which is voila, and then you can once again export it to a Java file, which can then be put into okay, I think this should be okay. Yeah. Let me just put it into my downloads for fun. Okay, so that's done. So if I load up my JForex, which is currently running, what I can do is I can go into strategies, open and retrieve the visual forex I just created. So it's loading it. Doesn't look like it's in there. Okay, we don't need these. Let's see what's going on. There's various ways of going about to save this. First thing is to save it. Okay, there we go. It's probably saving with the same already exists. We'll replace it, yes. We could export it, as I said, to a Java file. As I said, it will get put in my downloads. So there's two ways to install it in your JForex. As I said, I'm hoping that this works. Okay, so let me try to load it from my Visual JForex again. Hopefully it'll see it this time. No, it doesn't see it. Oh, there you are. Strategy, supply and demand, open. Okay, so a couple things here. I could probably, I don't think I can edit it, but I can. There's a strategy log, and I don't think I need to just run it. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so in our message, it is been loaded, but there's no logging that I can investigate. But you could probably run the you could probably do some form of logging and see how this strategy is doing overall live. Well, not live, I should say, well, in a demo mode in your JForex platform. So it's pretty interesting how this comes about. And I find this, out of all the brokers that I've seen, that this is quite the easiest. So if you're non-technical, you definitely can go about and develop your own strategies and embed them into the JForex platform. It's fairly fast too. And as I said, if I wanted, let me just, where's my strategy? Here we go. I'm going to disable that. So what I could do is, let me remove this one. Okay, so it's been removed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load it from my drive. Okay, let me just do it the right way. Okay, so I'm going to physically move this file. So if I go into library, application support, we are dealing with JForex. I believe is it files, strategies, and then files. Okay, so there's our current files, all the Java. These are the strategy files. So what I could do is I could move it from my downloads, strategy, supply and demand, Java, into this folder. Boom. Okay, so let me just do this. So I will open this again. I will load up the files. Here we go. And that should be that. Open. Okay, so here's the entire source code that's not generated, but I guess generated from the Visual JForex. We're looking at just under 600 lines. Is that right? And then we can compile it if we want, and then we can run it. So let's try to run it here and let's see what happens here. Intraday. Okay. So if I go into messages, this is running now. There again, there's no logging going on, so that's fine. I just want to show you that you can load your own version of it if you export the Java and on your system and then import it into your strategy tab here and then run it from there like I've done. So that's quite possible. Pretty powerful stuff, and it's much easier to work with when you look at the code. It's a lot more straightforward. If you used any of the more retail type of platforms like NinjaTrader or even MetaTrader or I don't know, with these custom methods that you can override the base class, which is in this case where am I? So yeah, we're going to override the iStrategy interface, and I've gone through that before. All right, so pretty powerful stuff. I hope that this really helps you out. Yeah, but we'll go from there, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Talk to you later.